Yeah, I love going back, and I think now is the right time to do it 6 years later, going back and watching these episodes, because now we've lived in the character so long. I know the arc of in seeing how everything started, how the foundation was being laid, and how the characters. It's really a great experience to go back and watch that, and then be able to digest it and talk to you about it, and then hopefully the fans will join in with us and get to go back and see it as well.
Yeah, it's interesting to revisit this stuff with so much distance, so much time and distance between it now.
Because when we first did it, I'm usually too connected in the shooting and remember everything that happens that I don't really watch it the first time as an objective viewer.
Yeah.
And then I never look back. I never go back and watch things, or I never even think about it. And I usually, forget about it. So the fact that we're doing this and it's kind of forcing me to go back and watch it, I'm watching it as a viewer that's watching it. And I don't really remember what happens in the story. Yeah. And I just really enjoy it. And I really appreciate how well it's written, how well it's shot. And it's a really, really cool thing to be a part of.
I will tell you, we started out talking about, the things you want to get back, the things that you watch it later and you go, oh man, I wish I had that to do over again. There's a moment in the scene with you and Holden on top of the knight trying to fix the antenna, where it is scripted that Holden bangs his hand against the hull, jarring the big wrench out of his hand. And because the knight is under thrust, the wrench sort of bounces down the hull and flies off behind the ship. And in the first season, especially, it was really hard to get everybody to understand the concepts of gravity and how thrust gravity works and all of that stuff. Like we created charts we hung on the wall so people would understand it. It was all really complicated. So when the visual effects people did that scene, they have the wrench just come out of his hand and then fly off sideways, which makes no sense at all. Like there's no way that would ever happen. It's nonsense. But by the time, we saw it, it was so far into the process, it was kind of too late to fix it. So that's one of those ones I wish we could get back because, and then eventually the visual effects people got to the point where they were correcting us on stuff. They're going, no, that's not how it would work in gravity. So they eventually all learned how all that stuff works. But in that first couple episodes, it was still kind of hit and miss. Because of that wrench that flies out of Holden's hand has appeared in every season of the show. We bring that wrench back every season as a reminder to ourselves of the shit we fucked up and we can't get back.